Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to complete your homework real quick. So first you're going to log into Canvas, and this is the second half of the lab. I'm going to go to your course, CSIT 100, and we're going to go over to Assignments. We're going to go to Illustrated Excel 2016, Module 1, SAM Project 1A. You can also get there directly from Mindtap by going to this same link in Mindtap. And load Illustrated Excel 2016, Module 1. It's going to open up the Cengage window. We're going to give it a minute to load. Going to close that. And we're going to hit Start here. Okay. When you first get to this point, you're going to be on this step 1 of 2, and you're going to see instructions and a start file. So there's an instruction file and a start file. The instruction file is a Word document, and the start file is going to be an Excel document. This is where you're going to need to have Excel installed on your computer or a computer in order to complete this assignment. So if you don't already have Excel, there's a link in the syllabus. You scroll down a little bit here. There's a link here to free Microsoft Office. So as a Montclair State University student, you have access to Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and OneNote for free. So you can go to that link and then go through the documentation here to install it. If you run into trouble, just shoot an email or call the IT service desk, or you can ask me too, and I can help you out. So once you've got that ready to go, you're going to go to this assignment, Illustrated Excel 2016 Module 1, and we're going to download these 2 files. So you click on the file, and you're going to click on the file. And just a note, I'm not going to complete the homework for you, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to open up our instructions document first. So there's a little bit we need to do to get set up here. And you'll see that we've got this restaurant profit analysis, and that's what we're going to be working with. So this getting started, we need to do before we do anything else. Okay, so we want to open up that Excel file we downloaded. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to find it. There it is. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. So this is the Excel file, and you can see the 2 different sheets here, and this is what you're going to be working with. So I'm going to move mine over here so you can split screen this. So the first thing it tells us here is to open the file, so we did. Save the file, and we want to change the 1 to a 2. So we want to change this title just a little bit so that that number at the end is a 2 instead of a 1. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. And I'm going to back all of that up, and I'm going to change that to a 2. So you don't need to add .xlsx, you don't need to do any of that, and I'm going to save this to my desktop, where I already have one saved. So actually I'm going to save it to Stuff on my desktop. And do not change anything else in this name, just the number at the end. So it should look exactly like this, except it should be your name here, and then _2, okay? And then I'm going to click Save, and then I'm good. At this point, we want to make sure that your name is, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. Your name is in this cell over here. So B6 is where it is, but it should say author and then your name. And then at this point, you can start following the project steps and editing the file. These are all steps from the lab that we did. If you run into any issues, shoot me an email and everything. You can submit this as many times as you want. So we're going to pretend that we did it. I'm not actually going to do anything though, so that means it's going to be completely wrong, but that's okay. So once I'm ready to hand it in, okay, I've saved it, I'm happy with my work. And also, if you scroll down all the way here just real quick in the Word file, you'll see it'll show you what your document should look like at the end. Okay, so obviously mine doesn't look like that because I didn't do anything, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to submit this. So to do that, I'm going to go back to Mindtap here, and I'm going to close this because I'm going to go back and sign in from the beginning again so you can see. So I would go back to assignments. I'm going to go back to Illustrated Excel Module 1. I'm going to load the Illustrated Excel module in a new window. And I'm going to hit Start again. And now at this point I'm on step 2. Now if you're on step 1 for whatever reason, just hit Continue. If you need to go back and re-download the files, you can hit the back button. That's fine. Okay, so at this point I'm going to click here to upload. You can also drag and drop, but I'm going to do an upload. And I saved it to Stuff on my desktop. And I'm going to click my file here. And I'm going to click Open. And you'll see it gives me a little green check mark, and that's because it's checking the file name to make sure that it is yourname_2, and that it is the correct extension. So if you try to save this as a CSV or a different file type, it's going to give you an error. Once it checks that the name is correct and the file type is correct, I'm going to click Submit. And it does a virus scan, file format check, file scan, etc., and the file name, and then it automatically will score it for you. And it says here your score may take a few moments to display, but that's okay. It's usually pretty right away. So I'm going to click View Reports, because I want to see how I did, even though I already know I completely failed. And it downloads another Excel file with my scores. So I'm just going to make this big. This is my score. So if you take a look down here, this is the actual file. So it actually marks where I was missing things or didn't do things. And then here it lists each step and tells me how many points I got on each step. And as you can see again, it's 0 for everything because I didn't actually do it. And my score is 0 out of 100. There are 3 submissions allowed for this, but if you need more than that, if you're not happy with your grade, you can let me know and I will give you more attempts. You can attempt as many times as you want. If you have any trouble with the actual assignment, please let me know. I'm happy to walk through it with you. You can come to office hours or we can make a separate Zoom appointment. But all of this is from the lab. It's all steps that we did in the lab. You're just doing them on your own now. And that is how you submit your homework for this lab. So if you guys have any questions, we'll talk about this briefly in next week's lab too. But if you have any questions, as always, please let me know.